YouTube channel. My name is Berry, and today we're gonna watch a video called Worst Ever, the OUYA, I don't know if I said that right, Failure. Let's see how bad, apparently, the worst console of all time actually was.
2013 was a year of console launches. We welcomed
True.
platforms like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and started to let the previous year's Wii U gather a fine layer of dust that would stay there forever.
My unbased take is I actually did like the Wii U. I like to play the game, what was it called, Nintendo Land? I thought it was fun. I like drawing on the thing. They even had that like fun community thing where you could draw pictures back to people, and it was like a cool form. I like the Wii U.
But there was one other console that developed quite a lot of buzz that year. It's around here somewhere. One sec. Aha! The OUYA. This little guy promised some pretty great things.
Wait, he's so small. That's something you never want to hear. It looks like a base station.
But could the ideas behind a console the size of a Rubik's Cube change the landscape of video games? Ooh, yeah. No.
Ooh, no.
This unassuming brushed metal box might not seem like much, but when mainstream media got word of its potential existence, woo, it was a whirlwind of excitement. This sucker was to be a new kind of gaming console.
Whoa! What? Guys, you can't see it behind my big fat head, but it says they pledged $8,596,474. Holy crap!
A wake-up call for video games. And of course...
Well, then I'm hanging up the phone. Hello, would you like to play the OUYA? Oh, no.
Who could possibly forget a destroyer of Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo?
Oh my god, a Hitman?
Forbes thought this was the harbinger of doom for the big three? Well, it certainly might be a four-letter word for the apocalypse, but not for the companies Forbes had in mind. Let's see where all this began with founder Julie Ehrman in OUYA's 2012 reveal pitch video.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of uninformed, but what would Forbes know about that? I don't know, that kind of seems a little bit out of their, like, realm.
I love video games, but more and more people are moving away from the television.
False! There were a number of systems still being sold that same year that became some of the best-selling video game consoles of all time.
Jeez, the Wii sold 101 million. That is so much. I guess it was because, like, back then, well, there was, like, two reasons, right? Like, the gimmick was cool because you could, like, play games with your hands and your body. Nintendo buff, so I guess there's three. Nintendo buff's number 2. And then number 3 was that, weren't they, like, always selling out? So, like, to get one, it kind of raised the hype because you're like, oh my god, I don't even know if I really want this, but if everybody else wants it, then I want it too.
But do go on.
There's a lot of focus today on the mobile and web platform. It's easier to develop games for those platforms than the television.
True. Mobile phone gaming was on the rise.
Yes, especially in Japan. They make so much money off mobile games there.
And it was easier and cheaper for developers to make and sell games for phones. But what does that have to do with the OUYA?
OUYA is a new game console for the television that's built on Android, open source technology. It's an inexpensive game console for gamers. All the games are free to try. There's a lot of hurdles for developers to get games onto the television. Developing is extremely expensive. I love the television, and I want those games on the television.
Ah, I get it. It's a smartphone in a box that makes it cheaper for game developers to get their games on a
television. Are
they working with big TV? What is going on here?
While Julie clearly has a mean case of televigitis, what I'm hearing here doesn't sound half bad. A cheap console loaded with cheaper, smaller games that also have free trials. That could be fun, right? Oh, and unlike smartphones at the time, you could play it all on the
television.
They seem to think the TV is crucial in all this, but was it the most essential element of a game console? They didn't think so.
The most important part of this to us is the controller.
We really focus a lot on what gamers are looking for.
What?
Precise controls.
My favoriteest controller of all time is the PlayStation controller, but it's just because I have small hands. Like, holding an Xbox controller, it just feels so girthy and, like, huge. Okay, this video has a lot of, like, a lot of innuendo. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but you know what I mean.
Tactility, right sizing.
This is gonna be all kinds of hilarious in a few minutes, but before we even talk about their controller, and we will, I think we
It's
need to
bad.
hear just what kind of video games their video game console is actually getting.
We'll
Subway
host all the game
Surfers.
genres you love. Shooters, platformers, sports, and RPGs.
Yep, that's all of them.
What about my simulation games? I gotta run a water park and a gas station.
We'll have games from major game publishers and indies too. We'll have a full store of games, all free to play. Minecraft is going to be on it.
Wow, major publishers on top of the indie community were gonna back this thing, and all these
Yeah.
games are gonna have free demos? I mean, no other console did all of this while making the games free to try. Folks, that's kind of a big deal. But OUYA's initial software showcase didn't exactly have the wow factor of an aspiring new console. I mean, sure, it had Minecraft, but that was already available on PCs.
Everything has Minecraft. You could play Minecraft on a Samsung fridge.
And phones,
Yeah.
actually, and the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And it also had a free trial.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really contribute much. So, is there anything else you can actually do with this thing?
It's open for hackers that want to tweak the box and make it their own. This
Okay. Why is she calling on a legion of hackers?
is a big undertaking. Effectively, we're trying to disrupt an established industry.
Disrupt the establishment. Hack
Hell yeah, brother. You guys want some of this? You can take it.
the hardware. Make it your own, man. I'm doing my part. His name is Oogie.
Aw.
And he kickstarts my heart, man.
Kickstarter is a phenomenal place where early ideas can get supported by those people that are going to want to use it. And this
Kickstarter. Do you guys remember? I think there was like a Homestuck Kickstarter game. And it made so much money. But it took so long to get developed. They had like a crazy development story.
product will not happen without their support. And when we raise this money, it means that we have arrived, that there is a need for an open game console, and that there is support from gamers and developers alike.
Let's stop the video there. Yeah, the OUYA was a crowd-funded Kickstarter campaign, and we could poke holes in it all day long, but this video worked. The OUYA was part of a wave of campaigns in 2012 that propelled Kickstarter's popularity immensely.
Yeah!
That
You know what? I don't ever hear about Kickstarter anymore. Do people still fund stuff on there? I haven't seen any. I don't know. I guess I don't even hear about it. I don't hear anybody like yapping about it on Twitter or nothing. Yes, a lot? Have you guys, just out of curiosity, has anybody here funded a Kickstarter? I don't think I have. Maybe not. Oh, you have? Yes? Oh, wait, a lot of people are using this. No, yes. Looks like it's like 50-50.
same year, we saw successful Kickstarters from Double Fine, In Exile, Oculus VR, and Cloud Imperium Games. Boy, it's great to be living nearly a decade later and have all those things I just mentioned be long since finished and entirely playable.
My name is Chris Roberts, and I would like to build a universe with you.
But as for OUYA, it raised $8.5 million.
Insane.
Nearly 9 times their original project goal.
But do they have to split that with Kickstarter? I don't know how the profit share works. Do they have to give like 5% or something to them because they're hosting them on the website? Or do they pay like a flat fee? They do get a cut. Oh.
Press coverage of this underdog game machine kept the support rolling on in. Yes, cash was piling up. Yes, enthusiasm for the little indie box that could was high. But the console and its pitch had its fair share of skeptics too. And seriously, who could blame them? At $99, the console price point was head-scratchingly low.
That
But
is
what
low.
did that cost get you? Well, one of those
The most important part
controllers and one brand spanking new OUYA console. The system was loaded with smartphone specs, a far cry from the competition on the market at the time, because let's not forget, it launched the same year as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
I still can't believe they did that. Why? Is that not like a death sentence for your console? Why would I buy Minecraft for this when I could play it on something else?
OUYA was so cheap that it was closer to the cost of a PlayStation 4 controller than a PlayStation 4 console. That was pretty incredible. It really was a budget console for budget gamers and budget-oriented developers. It sounds crazy, but this could actually work out and become a home run. All the OUYA team had to do was line up some great games, ship those consoles, and not mess up their PR.
Does everybody know
South by
what
Southwest?
the OUYA console is? Can I get a show of hands? Do you know? Okay. Who's a backer? Really? Just these two people here? Three?
Oh, come on.
Embarrassing. Come on, if you're on the stage, you gotta know what questions to not ask. Oh my God, that is embarrassing. That's on the same level of, I'm not seeing any movement.
Most as many backers as there are letters in the console name.
That was funny.
I don't know.
Have
I'm
you
sure
guys
the people that
She brought this in a lunch bag. Sorry, I see that you guys are in the way. She brought this in a paper sack, probably next to her sandwich.
raise their hands have seen these.
You packed your early
I just said that.
prototype console in a child's paper lunch bag.
Why did she do that? It makes it feel so bad. It's like there's no luxury. There's no like bougie. It reminds me of Lunchables. What the hell?
You don't pack extremely early prototype console in a child's paper lunch bag. You don't pack extremely rare and important tech in a freaking paper bag. What if you dropped it? Are you kidding me?
When you ask the
Yeah.
question about
And think about to the audience. If she's not respecting the product, why do I care?
what makes it challenging, like there is nothing special about this board. Nothing. Like nothing.
I think she's saying the quiet part loud.
Yeah, what? They need PR. You know when you see someone on Twitter just constantly saying dumb shit, you're like, you need a manager. That is what they need. They need somebody to tell them not to be yapping like this.
And the loud part, quiet.
Oh, you didn't answer the launch. How many launch titles?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I don't know.
How many launch titles?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Look, I'm not the CEO of Nintendo, but even I can tell you what launched with most of their systems.
Yeah.
How do you?
And it's even easier with the Switch too. Mario Kart.
Do not know what is launching with your totally off-the-shelf, unspecial sandwich sack console.
Our controller has a touchpad. You're not going to find that somewhere else. And the
Well,
reality is,
the new PlayStation 4 controller has a
She's sitting with her biggest up. Oh my God.
touchpad.
it's
doesn't it?
true. They could build it for that.
So,
So, you don't think your console's special.
There is nothing special about this board.
You don't know what's launching with it.
I don't know.
You're completely unaware of your competition.
the new PlayStation 4 controller has a touchpad.
That's
doesn't
true.
Oh, and you
True.
store your prototype console next to your Dunkaroos. Okay. That didn't go so smoothly. But a few
like
trip
Dunkaroos.
ups at one live Q&A are by no means the end of the world. The console's still releasing on time after all.
Delayed. How? Oh my God. Not to be rude and body shame the controller, but why is it built like it was made in Spore? What the hell? That is ugly.
Off-the-shelf components.
There is nothing special about this board.
Delayed 3 weeks. Okay, I'll give you another mulligan, OUYA. Delays do happen. Can you at least professionally promote your product at a trade show?
OUYA Park is open every single day of E3 from 9 to 7.
Every time I hear E3, I get so sad. Rest in peace.
We have happy hour from 4 to 7 with free beer and K-Rock DJing live.
K-Rock. Okay, even her saying K-Rock, my mind immediately went Garugavesh.
So come on down.
Beer? What about the games?
So come on down. And play great games.
Can they professionally promote their product, period?
Yeah. Why do I gotta be drunk to play your console? What?
Was that an axe?
Huh?
We are really not seeing the most competent build-up to the launch of the OUYA. But on June 25th, 2013...
At this point, if you back this, are you scared? I would be shaking in my boots.
the console finally hit its pushed-back retail launch. Good news. That is, unless you back the freaking Kickstarter. Financial supporters of the original OUYA campaign, you know, the people that brought the console to life with their own hard-earned money, were supposed to be the first to receive the final product. It was guaranteed. Unfortunately, many original backers were left waiting, while non-backers could just stroll into a retail shop and snap one up.
That has got to be against the rules. Can you promise something on Kickstarter and then change your mind? There's no way! They can't do that!
OUYA's die-hard supporters were now very angry, but the developers were okay, right? Well, over on the development side, the OUYA team announced the Free the Games Fund, their way of giving back to the indie dev community, and possibly securing some tasty OUYA exclusives. Here's how it works. Basically, a developer entered their game and promised OUYA 6 months exclusivity on their platform. And if they could raise more than $50,000 on Kickstarter, this fund would match that amount in support of up to $250,000. The participants that raised the most would even get a prize of an additional $100,000.
What?
Great. No, that's good. Shouldn't be hard for humble-sized developers to take on a campaign and drum up 50,000 magical dollars. It's not like OUYA was pitched as a console tailored for developers with monetary constraints to have a place to release their dream projects that wasn't price-gated like OUYA's big boy competitors.
True!
That's what OUYA's gonna bring back to gaming. You're not limited by how much money you have in the bank or how many people you work with.
Could this ingenious scheme to get exclusive games possibly go wrong? Oh yeah. Free the Games Fund entrants Elementary My Dear Homes, The Eye of Draconis, and Gridiron Thunder were accused of having unsavory donation activity. This ranged from suspicious backers to developers freely admitting that they were gaming the system. Gridiron Thunder alone accumulated $171,000 from only 100.
What? Oh my god, they want this game really bad. Suspicious. If you're gonna cheat, don't make it obvious.
And 83 backers. After an empty feeling OUYA blog response and retooling aspects of the Free the Games Fund,
Sometimes you have to put a project out there to get that feedback to know how to make it better.
many creators were less than impressed with OUYA. The company no longer came off as being truly in support of small creative teams. But surely they were still pro-consumer. That crisp, newly distributed OUYA and its loyal adopters were the company's #1 main focus.
They changed the controller?
You're kidding me. 4 months after the OUYA hit retail, the company publicly announced that they were already planning a revamped controller and second iteration of their console?
What? How? Already it's been 4 months! 4 months! They're already popping a new one out there, hoo-ha!
They actually hope to ship an OUYA 2.0 in 2014. Good news! That didn't happen because they probably didn't have the money to launch another console so quickly. Bad news. The company was about to trash a promise they made to their backers that helped them raise all that money in the first place.
It's an inexpensive game console for gamers. All the games are free to try.
One of the things that OUYA's doing is bringing the best model of games today to the television. So we believe that every single game you should try before you buy.
When the OUYA Discover storefront first launched, all titles...
You know, her talking like that kind of reminded me of, you know, back in the day when your mom would like take you to Walmart and just like walk around and like go do her stuff, and you would go to the video game section and you would play the game in the showcase while your mom was shopping. I kind of miss that. But now that I think about it, it was probably kind of gross because kids are kind of gross. They're probably like,
were required to be free to try. That is, they had to have some kind of free demo, which sure does sound nice, right? This seemed like a pro-consumer approach. But bam! 2014, free demos no longer required. In an official blog post, the canceling of free to try was apparently in support of developers. Now, sure, that does sound like a possibility, but I don't think it's true. What I think was actually going on was something that was far more of a serious problem to...
Could they like not convince the devs or something? I'm not sure. I don't know. Like they just want the money? Yeah, like because people would buy the game less if they could already get a taste of it and then send it back. I always think about this too with like Steam. Because you can play, you didn't hear it from me. You can play a Steam game for 2 hours max and then refund it.
OUYA. According to CEO Julie Ehrman, in OUYA's very first month on the market with the free-to-try model, 73% of OUYA owners had not purchased a single title on the storefront.
Holy crap! Everybody's just playing all the demos!
73%! That means that for roughly every 4 people that purchased an OUYA, only 1 actually bothered to buy a game.
Well, I mean, I guess that makes sense in a couple ways, right? Like, let's say they get the OUYA, then they're like, oh my god, this controller is shit. Then they start playing games, they're like, all these games are shit. Then they just throw the console away. It's not like they're just like going through every single demo. They probably just realized it wasn't worth their time or their money and they wouldn't go and play the Xbox. That's just my assumption. Or like, even if the console's really cheap, probably there are people who just play the demos because they can't afford to buy games. That's my assumption. Well, yeah, thanks for the 100 bits. I work as a tech member at Target. And we used to have a display of the Nintendo Switch right up into the Switch 2. And we might actually add the display back in eventually. Oh, that's awesome! Honestly, like, even if you guys don't add it back, I wonder if, like, as an employee, you could pay and take it home. How cool would it be if, like, in your living room or, like, in your room, you had a bunch of, like, those game things that they used to have at, like, Walmart and Target with, like, the displays. That would be a really cool collector's item.
Yikes. So why weren't people buying games for this cube? Could it be that 3/4 of OUYA users were satiated with game demos alone? OUYA, what happened? Your hardware was delivered. You nailed your price point. Your PR was a nightmare. But hey, selling games? That was supposed to be the easy part.
Yeah.
There's gotta be more to this. And I guess there's only one way to get the whole picture. It's time that we went hands-on with the OUYA.
Yes.
Before we poke this tiny console...
Oh, that's theft. We actually use an industrial baler to connect those displays after they pass the window. Ah, that's so sad. I wish that you could have a room just full of that, just because it's so nostalgic. Or maybe even like, you know, they had those little setups at McDonald's where you could play like the Nintendo 64 or like the GameCube or something. They just look really cool.
On with the OUYA. Before we poke this tiny console to life, let's just take a look at this bad boy.
There is nothing special about this board.
Julie, I'd go one step further and say that there is nothing special about this box at all. Honestly, it didn't even make a great doorstop.
Aww, wait, no, don't do it! Let him go!
Compared to its contemporaries, it's much smaller because it really is just tiny cell phone parts in an itty-bitty case. You're gonna set this thing up and likely rarely touch it again.
Yeah.
But the controller it comes with, oh boy, I've got concerns.
The most important part of this to us is the controller.
See, you say that, but
You
No,
lied.
you clearly didn't care. This is one of the worst official bundled console controllers I've
looks
ever
bad.
used. Brand new, straight out of the box, the right shoulder button was broken. It doesn't
What?
click in the way the left shoulder button does. The home button is in the lower center of the controller's face where you can accidentally hit it
You would probably hit that all the time, especially if you're using like the D-pad.
when you use your right thumbstick.
Yeah.
The D-pad, mushy. The face
Ew.
button, stiff. And
Oh my god. This is a complaint that I feel like is so dumb, but I hate how there's no universal button layout. I hate whenever X and Y and A and B are always swapped. Like, I know I'm dumb, but my god, it's so annoying.
worst of all, if you press too hard, they can get jammed beneath the controller's faceplate.
Oh my god, if they're getting jammed, at least you have your paper sack, and maybe you can pull out some peanut butter and some bread and make a sandwich. Sounds great.
Oh, and the faceplates?
Nokia ass controller. What is that? Hi, Smith.
They're attached with a handful of magnets. Removing
What?
and replacing them
Magnets? How do they work?
not only feels cumbersome, but it makes the build feel cheap.
And batteries. But one battery per side? They don't even go in the same spot or like on the back?
Instead of putting a single battery compartment on the
Oh.
back,
I don't know how this keeps happening.
like an Xbox One
Yeah.
or 360 controller, they are in two compartments underneath the faceplates that makes the controller feel far less structurally sound, leading to a very loose feeling build
it's
overall.
stupid.
Which is probably why they skipped out on putting rumble in the controller, because if they did, it would probably shake itself apart.
Imagine Hitachi ass controller vibrating so fast it loses all of the pieces and undresses right in front of you.
The most frustratingly confusing design choice, though, not including a start or select button. This should have been
What?
standard, folks.
No start or select? What am I supposed to do? Will it stare at the TV and start now?
And it's a huge misstep. If developers wanted to port their games over from another platform that did have Starter Select, or if gamers wanted to emulate older games, they'd likely need to do some serious button reconfiguration.
Honey, it's time for dinner. Mom, you know I can't pause my OUYA. There's no pause button.
Moving on, let's go ahead and start the device. The
Ooh,
menu
yeah, I
layout
like that.
is pretty simple and functional. Not surprising, as at its core, it really is just an Android device. In fact, there are tons
it
of
looks
options
like-
and
That looks like an Android phone.
visuals here that look just like what you
Yeah.
would get in a basic Android phone. Instead of making a new, finely tailored OS from the ground up, like what Sony or Nintendo would have done,
This is a
OUYA
tab.
saved
Did that say butt? I'm sorry.
finely tailored OS from the ground up, like what Sony or Nintendo
Butt.
would have done. OUYA saved big bucks by sticking with
That's my
thinly
butt
altered
stuff app.
smartphone software. Typically, this would be a bad move, but in this case, it's the only thing they didn't f up. OUYA team made some specialized options, like the make section for people to create games. But the majority of consumers out there wanted to play games,
Yeah.
not make them. So let's see what this little box of dreams can actually do. That brings us to Discover, the OUYA storefront. You've got your new games and your best rated, of which several seem to be emulators for
Yeah.
other systems.
Huh?
Probably one of the
Oh my god. Wouldn't that be like a legal nightmare for them too if they're advertising this as like a legit console? Wouldn't Nintendo just come up to them and like bop them? That is insane. Like we saw what they did to what's the name of that one emulator? It's like not Lime, Citrus or something like that. Didn't they shut them down?
reasons why 3/4 of OUYA customers weren't
Citra,
buying games.
yeah.
They were emulating
Yuzu.
them. But don't get us wrong, OUYA did have lots of real standalone titles on its storefront, ones you could buy. So let's crack the old knuckles and warm up.
Wait, they got to Dolphin? I had no idea. Wait, Dolphin, I think I played, I can't remember. I think it was like, was it Mario 64? I don't remember. I don't remember.
Titles on its storefront, ones you could buy. So let's crack the old knuckles and warm up our official OUYA controller and dive in. This is gonna be fun. You'd
Oh, wait, if we're diving in, could this legally be called dumpster diving?
probably think we'd start immediately listing off a bunch of terrible games. Well, no, we're not gonna do that. There are some legitimately fantastic games either officially ported to or exclusively released to the console. Games
Really?
like Final Fantasy III, The Bard's Tale, and Oddworld Stranger's Wrath.
Wait, Oddworld is the one where the little babies drink the Mountain Dew, right? I used to play it all the time when I was a kid at my dad's house.
Some titles are ported over well enough, but others are Oddworld Stranger's Wrath. This game runs worse than its original
Switch 2 gameplay when you open the map at Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Xbox release.
Go next door.
Okay, the little guys talking is kind of nostalgic for me.
Shocking, seeing as how the Xbox version came out the better part of a decade before the OUYA version. There are plenty of games with varying degrees of quality. Some ports are by teams
Sonic
obviously
4.
not focused on properly supporting this platform. Many games are just Android versions that feel
Yeah,
like
it
they
sounds like
basically shoved
shit.
the support for the OUYA controller, which again, wasn't so hot. But did that mean that OUYA was devoid of
Guys, come on. Look at these games. This is not a console. This is cool math.
decent original games? No, not at all. In fact, this is, in my opinion, the crown jewel of the system, Towerfall. This game perfectly encapsulated what creative titles on the OUYA could be. A simple, non-taxing concept expertly achieved. A
like, this is
well-controlled
good.
platformer deathmatch game that could bring together
Or like, do you think you could play like, what's that game called? Like Celeste? Something like this probably is the best for it.
friends for hours on end. It utilized solid combat mechanics with a smart use of physics and has gone on to inspire games with similar designs to this day. It's no surprise that Towerfall is OUYA's absolute bestseller. It
Oh, wait, so it's on PC now? Oh,
is OUYA's killer app. So, how did it perform commercially? 7,000 copies.
holy crap. That's it? 7,000? Oh my god.
Towerfall's first huge year in the OUYA's ecosystem, and it sold 7,000 copies. That's
Holy
the console's
crap!
best-selling game, people.
10 times more than Concord.
But surely it's not the platform's fault. Towerfall obviously didn't perform better outside of the OUYA space, right?
Oh, Steam?
Oh, wait. It did.
It made so much on the PS4. Holy crap! They got adopted!
When freed from niche micro-console exclusivity, iterations and ports of Towerfall eclipsed its sales with
Wow.
OUYA immensely. OUYA's most successful, replayable, and critically acclaimed game was a disaster. Those quick port-pushing companies we mentioned earlier? Yeah, they likely didn't make a nickel, but those quick ports, they weren't even the worst experiences released on the system.
Really?
Oh, that's right. You don't even know what we're about to get into, folks.
Is there corn? Freak on a leash going on in here?
Folks, I think it's about time we explore some of the most questionable and bizarre content we've ever shown on this channel.
Oh yeah.
But But is a game where a cloud throws objects at your
Is that butter? Butter on my butt. Butt with the butter.
butt. What kinds of objects? Well, regular things.
Holy crap! Honestly, I'd be impressed if you could float a bowling ball with your ass cheeks.
Like teddies, nut, God's dish, and sword. If you drop these things, you lose respect. And we all know
Aw.
how every butt wants mad respect. You must get the items in the bin on the right or in the jug thing on the left.
This seems like somebody masterpiece project they had to do for school, honestly.
How does butt accomplish this? Butt has no hands, butt has no legs. Butt has only butt. Fart butt. Fart. Now before
This
you
is my
think
game of
this
the
game
year.
gets too juvenile, know that when you fart enough Dash or Roger Nim rockets into those side bins, you will unlock a single scene infographic.
What is this?
Roger Nim rockets into those side bins, you will unlock.
John Wesley was an English theologian of the 18th century. His work with his brother Charles Wesley helped define Methodism and also the impact on the other sects, such as the Pentecostalism and the Holiness Movement, and Methodism, and was a rejection of the Calvinism. I can't even read English. This is my first language.
A single scene infographic. These showcase prominent historical figures. Founding father Benjamin Franklin. German philosopher Immanuel Kant. Feels like they're trying to stuff some educational content where the sun don't shine. But this ain't the only edutainment title on the console. Esperanto Animals.
Clip art.
Ever want to point at an animal and scream its name in the world's most widely spoken international auxiliary language?
Aglo. Aglo.
To be fair, if you posted this on TikTok, it would do numbers. This is brain rot content.
How about an egg?
Ovo. Ovo.
Well, have we got the game for you?
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato.
Kato.
Gato. Fight!
Kato.
Wait, this is Duolingo.
Congratulations. You can now say cat in a language that 0.001% of the population of Earth understands. Next game. Blaine Banana Tree. This is a game about planting banana trees on a desert island. You can choose to either eat your yum bananas or
Yummy.
stab them right into the flesh of the earth. Hey, look, more banana trees.
Honestly, there was a video I saw when I was like 10 years old that they said, this is how monkey open banana. And you like flip it upside down instead of peeling from the top, and you like squish the butt, and then after you squish the butt, you peel it. I have peeled bananas like that for the rest of my life after I saw that.
And more bananas.
I never open a banana
This
from the
is the
top.
entire game. Do you know how to say banana in Esperanto?
Banana.
Repeat after me. Banano.
Banano. Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
Banano.
But ew!
Good job. We've officially wasted less of your time than Blaine Banana Tree wasted of ours.
Dang, you know what this looks like?
Job. We've officially
My teammate when I decide to play online Balloons Tower Defense. Thanks. You're really helping by building 900 monkey banana farms.
wasted less of your time than Blaine Banana Tree wasted of ours.
Coconut Hunt. It's
Ooh.
you versus Amy in the ultimate blood sport. Coconut Collection. Collect those winners as fast
This is Coco Nuts, dude.
as you can. Where do you put them? Coconut Hunt. Your character has a big gnarly head and constantly looks like he should be losing his balance and toppling over like the top-heavy flipper-footed creature he is. Coconut Hunt. An invisible wall in the water keeps you from swimming away and drowning yourself to escape this punishment. Coconut Hunt. 3 meters of rainstorm.
It's raining piss?
Coconut Hunt.
At Telex. For anyone worried that OUYA doesn't have everyone's favorite gold trinket collecting spinny hedgehog, we say this. OUYA has Sonic CD. But if you didn't get that, worry not, sharp rodent aficionados. A Telerix is here. It's all the fun and flair of a broken Atari Jaguar tech demo from 1993. You
Cool.
play as a Telerix, a sea urchin
Okay. Is he cute or ugly? He kind of looks like Nigel Thornberry.
shaped hedgehog with the tip of a penis for a nose.
Okay, I didn't think that! Oh my god, it does look like a wee-wee! It looks like a wee-wee!
You've got gotta race against the clock to collect all the hidden golden gems and thwart the wicked Robo-Badger.
Oh, that one's
There's
scary.
gravity-defying jumps, strawberries, a song that plays, and textured cubes. What more
A
could you
song
need?
that plays.
What's that? A game that controls well, and some kind of explanation as to how the stupid gravity system works, and better level designs? Look. It can't give you any of that. But at least it's better than Sonic Forces.
Sonic fans in shambles.
Sonic fans, I await your comments.
That's what I said.
Just rain.
Oh. Sean! Jason!
OUYA is
Sean!
a new game console for the television. It's an inexpensive game console for gamers. We'll have all the game genres you love.
Jason! Am I supposed to think about my life? Oh.
It's just rain. Don't eat soap.
Well, now it seems like I want to do a stream where I eat every flavor of soap and tell you what tastes the best. Probably Irish Spring. To me, for some reason, that one looked the most tasty.
Soap is bad for you to eat.
Okay.
It is
Okay,
good
mama
for
music.
washing your hands, but very bad for you to put in your mouth. Good advice! This may seem like a game in which you press a button to keep soap from entering Bob the hamster's mouth, but
Oh my
no.
god! Why does every hamster have to suffer?
It's secretly more. When Bob ingests the pesky bar, the game evolves into a Bubble Bobble clone, complete with hopping trapped enemies and picking up fallen foodstuffs.
Who is that? They look like
Hey,
a Tamagotchi.
it's Sloth's head from the Goonies.
Oh, or that.
Sometimes Bob can stand on thin air.
I can walk
The
on
game
water,
can
I
barely
can fly.
keep up if you spam your bubble shot. It's like it's breaking. I want this game scrubbed from my memory. Game catcher. It's like it's breaking. I want this game scrubbed from my memory. Game catcher.
This reminds me of Soda Drinker Pro. Let's see if it can hold up to the greatness of that game.
Catcher. A game about collecting
No.
games in a video game store. This is a very accurate depiction of the sights and smells at your local GameStop. There's
This
also
game
an
is
80s
shit,
mode.
no pun
The gameplay
intended.
is tweaked slightly to embody an 80s arcade shooter. Poorly.
I'm starting to think maybe I got what it takes to be an art director in a video game.
Speaking of the 80s strike back. Now this is a basic Defender clone, but with minor imagery from the 80s. We pilot an A-Wing from Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Get
Okay.
it? Strikes Back? Star Wars? It's a reference. Another visitor from the 80s is the sprite from the Atari 2600 version of E.T. It screams pizza while shooting small eggs and pizza out of its face.
Pizza! I should have voice
Sometimes
acted.
It's best not to ask what kind of narcotic was inhaled when a game like this was envisioned.
All of
but with
them.
the 80s theming, I think we can all make a solid guess. The
It was Coke Zero, sir. I can't have the calories up my nose.
unbeatable egg. Take an egg,
Oval.
take an
Oval.
make it
Oval.
real big, make it invincible, now roll it through a city causing untold mayhem and havoc.
If I died to a giant egg, I wouldn't be able to tell anybody because I would be dead.
I wish I could say something nice about this game. Perhaps its real-time destruction and deformation physics are a really cool feature, but besides that, you
Oh yeah, what if it hits you and you go, my huevos?
seriously are not doing much. It's pretty boring. Roll an
Oval.
beat the whole game in under 3 minutes. Far from excellent. I mean,
Oval.
excellent. But go.
Look at that sack.
Okay, hold on. Did they expect people to want to buy a game with an undulating chicken? This is a rhythm game that in no way incorporates
What?
rhythm. It's bottom of the barrel, like all the other games we just
Rhythm
saw. How do you
game?
sell any of those to gamers who want stuff like, I don't know, Call of Duty?
$60?
OUYA ad that the company attempted to pull from YouTube. This is ugly. This is so ugly. If you want to sell me your game, show me anime girl big booba swinging around wearing a bikini. I'll buy it.
Game sucks. They screwed me. It's exactly the same game. Oh god.
I hate throw up. Ew! What is this? It doesn't even have like the allure of a Newgrounds animation.
To me again.
If he's freaking out this much, brother needs to grow a spine. Again.
I could have bought food.
OUYA! I do like that part. Best part.
OUYA.
So I can either bludgeon myself with my spine in a pool of my own vomit, or play in OUYA? I'll take the spine. Unfortunately, I'm contractually obligated to play through more of this mess. So let's keep going. Sudden death soccer. Everybody else gets FIFA, OUYA gets this. No options, no flair, just pirates versus humans that have 3 holes punched out of their heads.
That is not a human.
Are they supposed to be aliens?
I think so. Look at his shirt.
Completely vacated, except for the lunatics on the field. The physics are poor at best, and the controls leave a lot to be desired. As tradition dictates, if a goal is scored in a match of sudden death pirate
Oh my god, yeah, wait, this is Blue Lock Season 2. Egoista.
alien soccer, the ball explodes. Hurling everyone's droopy corpse well into the stratosphere.
Okay, this is my most unbased take. I love ragdoll physics. I do not care. That was a great addition to the game.
It also happens if the time runs out. Best game so far. Those darn nipples.
What?
Someone screams the title of the game at you while peeking their microphone.
Those darn nipples!
Awesome start. The way this game works is you place nipples on breasts based off a hint given to you before the current breasts are on the screen. This is a functional game, which is more than I can say for Santa's World War.
War never changes. Neither does Christmas. I always gotta show up, and by God, I'll be at that kid's fucking house with a teddy bear.
This game is titled Santa's War on Terror, but the thumbnail says differently. Regardless, both titles are missing the apostrophe at the end of Santa's between the A and the S. That's attention to detail that just begs the player to dive in, isn't it? You control Santa, Santas. He throws snowballs at soldiers carrying firearms.
Jeez,
Santa's
he's got an
literally
arm.
brought snowballs to a gunfight. You might not think this looks great. You're correct. But I actually have the game zoomed in. Here's how it really looks. Pull her out! Look at that headroom. There's enough real estate to be playing a better game up there.
Like maybe you could be playing like birds and beans up there.
Gato.
These characters are so far away, I can't even tell what emotions they're supposed to be portraying. Are they angry at Santa's? Does
Maybe they're thinking that it's on a TV, so it has to be like more space? I don't know. This is a horrible design.
Santa's enjoy offing people with snowballs? No one knows. If you lose, it jumps to a screen that says, submit.
What?
That actually
To Santa? Oh my god, now you know what I have in my head? That image that Reggie, I think it was Reggie, or who used it? I think it was Reggie. In that video, was Santa showing me his butthole? That one? Where he turns around and he spanks his butt? Yeah, I see that now.
sounds far scarier than it has any right to be. Zepto Racer. No track boundaries, terrible steering, and acceleration that goes from 0 to 10,000 in a second flat.
This looks
I'd
horrible.
call this the most unfinished racing game I've ever played, but then I tried Zepto Racer 3D.
Why is he playing on that carpet we all had when we were kids?
I mean, it's the same game, but it's in 3D now. I think you can best describe the draw distance here with a confused shrug. I couldn't even begin to try and beat this, and I don't really think anyone else could either.
Zeus versus zombies.
Dang, well that shouldn't be too bad. I mean, I think Zeus, like, you know, not trying to bring out like the, not power stancing, what's it called? Power whatever community to see who's the strongest. But I think Zeus would be stronger than a zombie? He went solo. There's no way. Yeah, power scaling. There's no way a zombie would have a chance.
Play as the almighty Zeus, king of the Greek gods. Fling lightning from thine mighty hand noodles. Heathens, dost thou think thy can bestify? Oh, I blew up.
Alien zombie soul hunter.
Guys, he is so simple that he's actually kind of adorable. I don't know what it is, but he's kind of speaking to me. I want to, like, take him home.
Let's read the instructions. You are a green alien who has come to Earth to rescue the souls of the humans that were lost when the zombies took over.
Okay.
Oh, I blew up.
Okay, well, even without instructions, I would have guessed that our character here is an alien because
he's like,
he
ooh.
looks spaced the hell out.
He lives in Florida.
You go around shooting zombies and collecting purple cubes.
Kill.
The purple cubes are the human souls you're meant to collect.
Okay.
The zombies run at you and have undefined attack ranges.
Minecraft
so they
zombie.
seem to magically hurt you at random distances. The best part is, your goal is to save those purple soul boxes, right? But some of them are just floating in the air. You don't have a jump button. So long, souls. Up there, you're gonna stay. As you
Could you launch the zombies into the box? I don't know what you're supposed to. I'm trying to think of what the developers intended, but I think they intended for you to turn the game off.
You blast away the undead, you find rocket ship parts which you assemble to launch those amazing cubic human souls away for reprocessing. But the rocket ship doesn't
Viva
even have a
Pinata?
flame propelling it. That's some quality work right there. Quadroville. Don't look now, folks, but it's the same developer.
Minor criminal, oh my god! Someone put him back in the baby jail!
Developers as the last game. The graphics and controls are near identical. The only difference in gameplay is that now you're hunting down bad guys instead of fantasy floating purple cubes. Can you imagine picking up the OUYA for the first time, booting it up, and excitedly downloading either of these FPS games because you happen to be a fan of first-person shooters? Well, I can. Because I did. OUYA. This sure beats the hell out of Call of Duty.
OUYA.
She's Poopong. Someone took the time.
No way.
This can't be real.
Poop pong. And why does the poop look so realistic?
To make power-ups, original art assets, record a variety of sound effects.
Oh my god, if I eat that taco, this is gonna be a lot more poop pong than you think.
And make a functioning Pong clone.
Oh, the Chili's, it's over.
What they didn't do was properly scrub their toilet.
Wait, they took a picture of the toilet with the doo-doo stain! Nasty!
They put more effort into coloring the turd paddles. Now, that game might seem real crappy.
What we had for lunch.
But
Yeah,
this
this game's
here
shit.
may be the crappiest of them all. Massive cleavage versus zombie.
No, this game rocks.
It's a pun, and also, it's not.
Game of the year.
The story's pretty intricate, so please bear with us. You play as a blonde woman called Blondie. It's not explicitly said, but it's implied that this character suffers
Guys, what did he say? I can't remember. What did he say?
from some type of buttoning up phobia, as her blouse lies permanently drawn to the sides through the entire
I guess it's safe to get in the car with you because you're funny and good looking. Girl, come on! She's about to get kidnapped!
experience. Blondie starts the game searching for a special type of
My people sent me to find a special kind of barbecue sauce.
barbecue sauce. From there, she meets a charming carjacker with a unique face. Blondie goes on a whirlwind zombie chopping spree before beginning a relationship that may fan the flames of romance. Ooh la la. This game taught me something special with its use of the OUYA controller. Quick time events that last a fraction of a second, which
What's she doing with them dogs? How come any game that has a woman with blonde hair, there's always dogs eating her something?
Require the player to press face button symbols they aren't completely familiar with is a nightmare. Contrastingly, the base gameplay is as simple as move near enemy and either attack low or high with your cleaver. Take on zombie dogs, zombie bankers, zombie muscle dudes, and housewives that show absolutely no signs of any physical ailment.
She just hates other women. She got to take out the competition.
Cool. Do it all again and again and again and again.
That's gotta be so boring.
Again. My two favorite parts of this game were 1, when the game crashed and locked up the first time I attempted to play it, and 2, when the game told me that the OUYA controller could.
If your OUYA controller experiences any lag or delayed response, plug in a PlayStation controller. Shameless. Absolutely shameless. They know the console is ass.
For input lag, and that I should use a PlayStation 3 controller instead. You know what? I think we can stop right here, folks. A game developer who made a game for this console is telling us not to use the controller bundled with the console.
The most important part of this trust is the controller.
We really focus
They work so hard on the controller. Why do you want me to play on the PlayStation controller?
on what gamers are looking for.
Wow. Saying that our time with OUYA has been a wild trip would be the understatement of the century.
Yeah, this was a wild trip, and I hope I don't see it next fall.
And OUYA, as a company, went on its own wild ride over its few years of service post-launch, from getting millions in investments to put its software and set-top
10 million? For that?
boxes around the world to having its entire team and content library acquired by Razer in 2015.
They bought
Even
it?
with its hardware discontinued in the acquisition, its software lived on well into 2019 before Razer finally pulled the plug on the storefront for good. And that about wraps up the compelling OUYA saga.
Wow.
This magical silver box was supposed to kickstart an indie games revolution. And well, they didn't. Half smartphone, half home console, all poor execution.
Yeah, half smartphone, half home console, 100% a waste of everybody's time and money.
Turns out gamers had.
And you know what I'm thinking about? I think it's very sad because people who backed this were waiting and waiting and waiting, and they were probably so hyped just to be disappointed.
Plenty of better options when it came to gaming on their. Whatchamacalls it?
For television. Television.
Oh.
Right.
Looks like Amy's confused.
This was an amazing video. I feel like I learned so much. That was awesome. Clappy, clappy, clappy. I've never heard of the OUYA. I'm glad I haven't. And I am never, ever, ever, ever gonna play on one. So, thank you so much for watching. I super appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Maybe leave a like on the video. Helps me out. And then maybe also use code Berry at checkout for 10% off gamer subs. Anyways, have a great evening. Goodbye, YouTube. Goodbye.